Hello and welcome to another episode of Wrapped in Love. I had to put my sweater on, y'all. It got a little chilly in here. Um, and anybody who has stayed in my house knows this day is on Antarctica. All right. But I just wanted to hit you guys with another video. I realized in my last video I was talking to you about healing, self-healing, but I did not go into emotional healing. I did not go into physical. Well, I went over physical, but I didn't go into spiritual healing. I didn't tap into a lot of the areas of healing. So we're going to go over that today. Part 2 of self-healing with Wrapped in Love. Okay. So, like I said before, I mentioned in the other video how the human body is a well-oiled machine. It will do what it needs to do to heal itself. It reproduces, kills off dead cells, reproduces new cells, and creates a whole new person after so many years. Same person, different body. Let me say it that way. Okay. So, when I say self-healing, I do mean it in every facet of the word. To emotionally heal, you have to be willing to dig at those scars, at that pain, at those blemishes that are on you emotionally. The best way to do it is to hit it. Like, it's never fun. It doesn't feel good when it's happening. But once you've reached that area of actual growth emotionally, you will feel the difference. You will feel like a weight has been lifted off of your shoulders. You will feel good, like you took your first breath of fresh air, and however long that scar has been on you emotionally. So, emotional healing is different from physical healing because physical healing, it usually just takes time. You may pick at a scab, a sore, whatever, physically, and then eventually it scars over. If you guys can see this little mark right here, I got hit with a belt in 1999, and it snatched the skin off. So the skin was still alive. So instead of cutting it off, I just laid it down, and it left me this pretty little mark right here. So physically, that healed within days. Emotionally, every time I see a belt, I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. And I start rubbing the area. That's because the emotional scar, I still remember. Emotional scars they run deeper usually than physical scars. So you have to sometimes get professional help with healing emotional scars. Like I said, I tend to write it down. If something sparks a smell, a taste, a noise, anything, I go ahead and write it down. And I visit it until I can get the closure I need. So, physically is how I told you spiritual healing works. Spiritual healing also works emotionally. But in order to do it, like I said, it hurts. You have to relive what happened. You have to be willing to go back to that dark, ugly place and take the time to breathe through it, cry through it, fight through it, whatever the situation calls for. Is like I said, it's not fun, but it makes you so much healthier in the end. Because the last thing I wish for any of you to do is to hold on to the pain, the hurt, the scars that you believe people know they even put on you. A lot of times people don't even know that you have that scar. Or they're like, I said, what? I was joking, or I don't even remember saying that. And it's carried so much weight in your life emotionally. So whenever you go to do any kind of emotional work, it is best to have someone you trust with you. And when I say trust, it can be a counselor, it could be a pastor, it could be a friend, it could be a parent, it could be a sibling, it could be whoever. But the purpose of that other person is, for lack of a better way to explain it, reality check you. Because when I'm in pain, nobody else, it doesn't matter what you say. You put me in pain on purpose. When somebody is being burned, there's nothing nobody can say. All they feel is the heat. So that other person is there for reality checks. Also to help you go through it, because you may not be hearing exactly what needs to be said, but it still needs to be said. Okay. Let me see. We touched on emotional, we touched on physical. Spiritual healing can be just as damaging, if not worse, than emotional healing. Because spiritually, it runs deep. It runs through every core of you, every part of you. A spiritual part of you touches. So where you can cut your emotions off to certain things, you can't cut your spiritual self off. That voice in your head, when you hear your own voice talking to you, that is your spiritual self. And if you, okay, I got an example. My sister, my older little sister, I'm saying older, but she's older than a baby, of course. Anyway, she doesn't care for, well, she didn't, let me rephrase that. She didn't care for church people, Christians, because they have there is a stigma that if you are homosexual or part of the LGBTQI group, that you pretty much are the devil. I don't believe those things. I actually believe in he who is perfect shall cast the first stone. You see, my hands are empty. But spiritually, my sister was scarred by that. That you would say everybody has a fair shake, but not somebody who looks at the sexual version of their life differently. Like it's being a hypocrite. And I don't believe that was the word used, but that's what it came down to. And that's a spiritual scar that takes a lot of work, a lot of soul searching, a lot of spiritual searching, because even though I identify as a Christian, there are things that have been brought to my attention, whether I found out on my own or numbers just don't add up, or, and as my husband says, the math ain't mathing, that I question. But when it comes down to it, I still believe in my spiritual being, and I still call my spiritual being God, because that's the way I was raised. I was raised to believe that a spiritual being is your God. So, but like I said, that scar for my sister was deep. She has gotten better. She has grown and evolved, but at the same time, there was still an issue. Excuse me, guys, keep looking back. I got my family running past, and I'm just making sure they don't need me. But she has, like I said, grown and developed. So spiritually, you can be scarred as well, and you do need spiritual healing. Mental healing is something that is, mental health is something that is totally different from every kind of healing you could possibly ask for or need. And the reason being is mentally, your spiritual, physical, and emotional can attack your mental. If I'm in pain, I'm not rational. So physically, I can throw myself off balance with my rationale. So mentally, anything that I'm thinking while I'm in pain is probably not 100% what I'm actually feeling. It's just what the pain is making me say. When I'm emotionally scarred, again, my mental can't be trusted, because emotionally, I am again not rational. I'm in pain. It's emotional pain, but it's still pain nonetheless. When I'm in spiritual pain, again, my mental cannot be trusted because mentally I'm in pain again, So it comes back down to mental health is one of those things that you have to seek help. Please go seek help. You can be depressed. You can be dealing with several different people living in your head and you not even know. You could be stuck in a place and time and cannot move forward. You could relive certain parts in time that nobody may even know you're reliving. So mental health is one of those healths that you have to ask for help. There is nothing wrong with it. I have been seeing a counselor now. My oldest is 18. I've been seeing a counselor since before he was born. And when I say before he was born, he was in my belly. And I was seeing a counselor because I wanted to be a better person to raise another human being. I didn't want to be in pain, giving him pain rationale. It just doesn't come out right. It doesn't help the situation. In fact, I'm scarring him or her, depending on who you are, in my hurt and pain instead of giving them the best rationale that is out there. And who better to give you something than somebody who's experienced it? But the problem is, everybody has not been taught, trained, or believed to know that mental health is a serious issue and a serious concern. So, we talked physical. It happens. Go see your doctor. Let them reset a bone. If it's a scar, let them make sure it's clean. Or if you're at home, make sure the scar is cleaned. If it's still bothering you, please go get help and take it because it may be infected or you may have something growing in it. And yeah, you never know. So okay. Emotional, again, have I call it a reality check buddy. And these are people in my think tank. These are people that I call on a regular. I have my sisters, 2 female friends, and 1 male friend that I call. And I say, okay, am I tripping? And 9 times out of 10, they're like, yeah, you way off base with this one. And then sometimes I'm right on the money. But again, when you add pain to emotional or spiritual, even mental, it throws everything out of whack. So get your accountability buddy for your emotional health. Spiritual health. Again, get an accountability buddy, somebody you trust with your soul, because that's what it is. When it comes to my soul searching, it's usually my aunties. I trust my aunties because I know that no matter what, they got my back and they're going to do everything in their power to protect me or to help me. That's why emotionally, I can't talk to my uncles because my uncles are going to do whatever to make sure I'm good. But that's anybody in my family. Like emotionally, physically, yes, my family is on point. My village is strong. So I know everybody is not blessed with that. So please forgive me if it feels as if I'm boasting because I'm not. I have been blessed. I have been blessed beyond, oh my goodness. Y'all, if I ran down a list of all my blessings, overwhelming. So let me get myself back together because I'm running into that spiritual place of overwhelming. And man, like I said, I've been blessed. I stay blessed. I walk in glory and just stay covered in mercy. That's all I can chalk it up to is mercy always prevails for me, and I appreciate it. Big ups, Jesus, big ups. So, yes, physical health is important. Mental health is the most important because Our bodies actually die when our brain stops functioning. I don't know how many people actually take that in. Imagine your brain shutting down. Guess what? As your brain shuts down, your body shuts down too. So your mental is life. Accept that. Let that sink in. And know that if you are not mentally on point, then you are not the best self for you. You are not the best self for your family, your friends, your significant others, your work counterparts, your spiritual people. Like, mentally, you have to be on point. It's been many a day that I've laid in bed and not wanted to get up. And by God's grace, He put my son in my life. So I got up. I don't have a choice. I got somebody else to feed. I got somebody else that depends on me. And so at the age of 3, I made my baby learn to cook. I forced him into things that a child shouldn't know or have an understanding of. Do I regret it? No, because it made him good at life. But yes, because of scars that I had on myself, I forced him into a rationale that didn't make sense. Now it doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't sit well with me. But me and him have talked about it. And in his words, thank you for being the realest NIGGA out there, Mom. And it's a blessing. I have a young man. I raised an African American young man who is beautiful in every facet of the word. His spirit, his mental, his everything. Now, yes, he can be an asshole. He can be, but he comes from assholes. So, so please forgive that part of him, everybody, and Lord. But he will give you the shirt off his back. If he is hungry and he sees somebody else hungry, he knows he's coming home to a meal. He'll give that person whatever he has, food wise. Like I said, I pushed him into something that now rationally it doesn't make sense. But then to me it did, because I was in pain. I want you all to know that nobody gets where they go alone. Some people may say it's by stepping on people's necks and backs, and no, I don't recall doing that to anyone because I never wanted it done to me. I am a firm believer in respect, and I don't tolerate disrespect. So when I say things and someone takes it as disrespect, it's funny to me, because I'm like, if you only knew how I felt about disrespect, you would never miscalculate what I said as disrespect. Because my child has gotten slapped in the mouth in public. I have emasculated him for being disrespectful. I had to build him back up from that, and then hubby had to show me, and uncles had to show me, and the men I trust in my family, my father, had to show me, you can't do that to a boy. And I'm like, y'all should have told me sooner. And I apologized to him because as a parent, I'm not perfect. Like most people say, kids don't come with instruction books, and everybody is different. So I do not, I don't tolerate disrespect. I don't care where it comes from. In fact, it enrages me. So to anybody out there that I have ever disrespected, or you felt I disrespected you, I humbly, deep down, to my core apologize, because that was never my intention. That is not how I move. That is not how I allow my family to move. That is not how we operate. My family's so chill, it's like whatever. My answer to everything is usually whatever. But back on course, I want you guys to stay emotionally healthy. I want you to stay physically healthy. I want you to stay mentally healthy, spiritually healthy. People don't tend to look at themselves into these categories, but you are all of these people in one. So please self-check. This will probably be my last self-care video, because I think I have touched on self-care enough that now you should love every inch of you. You should know that you are here for a reason. You were blessed, and you blessed the earth with your presence. Everybody, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Everybody is here for a reason, and everybody has a role to play. And I hope and pray that you are playing your role to the best of your ability. I will be coming out with more videos, but this will be my last self-care video. Hold on one second. This will be my last self-care video. I will be coming to you guys with some more sewing videos and some self-healing. How I told you about that, I will show you different recipes that I do on a daily to make sure that my body is good. So if you guys want to see more self-care videos, let me know. I don't have a problem. Email me at Tiffany@wrappedinlove.com, because Wrapped in Love is a thing, baby. It is my brand. I really appreciate you guys coming out. I love you all so much. You have no clue how big my heart is for the whole world. Like, even people that I just shake my head and be like, Lord, I don't understand why that person is breathing, but we gonna pray for them anyway. Trust me when I tell you, oh my goodness, y'all. Yeah, like, I have to go and watch David Banner a lot, because he gives me my reality checks when it comes to a lot of things. So again, I'm going to end it. I love all of you guys. I want you to stay wrapped in love. Please revisit all of my self-care videos. Go to Heal Her Marketing, because that woman is freaking awesome. She is amazing. When I tell you she will take your business and turn it all the way up, she does that. Okay. Also, if you want to check out some financial help, we have Ashley. Oh my goodness, Ashley, why am I drawing a blank for your website? Her Millionaire Legacy. Check her out. She is phenomenal when it comes to giving information. We are building Black Wall Street, y'all. We are doing it brick by brick, mortar by mortar. And hey, I'm all about all of us linking up, doing the right thing by us and getting out there. But know that self-care is for everybody. I don't care who you are. And I pray that you are taking the time to take care of yourself. Stay blessed, stay wrapped in love, and y'all be easy. Come check out any other videos, because I will be looking for y'all. And if I need to throw out some more self-care videos because y'all just didn't get it the first go round, then we will make that happen. Y'all stay blessed, stay wrapped in love.